Update, my DiGiorno box is not sufficed for faster drying. It is drying more, but I have a feeling it's going to take like a full week for this thing to actually, you know, be solid AF, and then I can paint them. So that's what we're waiting on. Josh is here. I got an idea. I wasn't going to film because I'm already ahead of video, but I was like, fuck it, why not? Can't be too hard. Oh, I mean, piss. Realistically, it shouldn't be at all, but I want to take this freaking mess and, you know, kind of condense this and make it into something that won't look like complete and utter fucking trash. So what I'm going to do first is take a razor blade and take all this stupid tape off this stuff and clean it up. Tape it up, and the basic idea here is to make the harness not look like a completely stock harness where the wires are just kind of like loose and everywhere. I want to have everything like underneath here, so like there's only going to be a couple sensors here, so here, and then it's going to go under the intake, and then I got to wire these pigtails to the injectors, and I mean that's pretty much it. Shouldn't be much harder than that. Pleasant freaking surprise, I have some of this loom from my Mega Squirt harness, which is like really nice, like serviceable. I think it's like, well, like 3/8 size loom, but I'm gonna use this for all the connectors that are gonna be, like I'm only gonna keep the black bits, like the big thick parts of the harness, like on the thick parts of the harness, but like to the sensors and whatnot, I'm gonna use this really nice loom that'll make it look like an aftermarket harness. So yeah, that's pretty hype. So look at this, just freaking 3 clips that probably all have the same connector. Yep, and yep. Well, I'm going to put all of these clips, well, I'm going to put the harness like on the engine and route it how I think it should go, and shorten anything that I need to shorten, shrink wrap the lines, and you guys know the deal. But I just don't want any like wires ever. Like I want the engine to look really simple, and most importantly be simple to take apart. So obviously the alternator wire is still going to come through here because I want the cover on the valve cover, so that's going to be 2 wires here. But everything else, like I said, I want kind of like half tucked away. So let's go ahead and flip this and start friggin' throwing this on there. So the alternator clip's different, so I'm going to have to run that across the alternator, but whatever. I'll clean it up a little bit. Basically what I did is just route the harness where it needs to go so I can see which things I'm not going to need and which things I can delete, i.e. just cut off the harness. It seems on that thing there's 2 more water switch sensor things than this one. Or no, just 1 more. Because I have this one, and I have this one, but I don't have this front one. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip that one off. I need to go to the junkyard and get something for this, for my reverse switch, and I need to go get something for the fan switch, which is that little nipple thing there because mine broke off, and I also have to replace these house connectors. But I'm gonna go grab Callie from work. Me and Josh are gonna go in the Clout Bach, do whatever we have to do. I forgot what she wanted to do, and then come back here and finish this piece up. So basically, we don't need that. We don't need the EGR because we're deleting that. So that can get fucked right off. All right. So hear me out here. I'm not putting it there obviously, but so ideally, I want this to be kind of like, actually I could even have this come this way and out right here. So basically I'm going to be moving the harness back like over here, so it's kind of out of the way of the transmission and like all the other stuff, and like zip tying it somewhere back here like under the intake, but just kind of hiding everything underneath the intake manifold. And I still need everything to plug in, so basically the things I have to extend are these 2 wires here that go to that right there, and then this red wire that's going to go over here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll do this at a later date because I don't have the thing that plugs into here or even know how that works, but that's the reverse light switch, and I have to extend the trigger for the alternator, which I have this, where is it, that cable right, that big ass wire right there. So shouldn't be too hard, but that's basically the idea. I'm just trying to get this, like, I don't want the harness like here, you know, I want it like here. I want to be able to look at the engine and see minimal wires. So there that goes, those are extended. And they're gonna go into these two. Yeah, that's it. So there that goes, extended with that. I'll plug right in there. And then with the other wire, I'm gonna run it through the same loom as to not like waste space in this big ass loom. So it'll just come out the side right here and the connector will go right into that. And that's a switch right there that I believe turns the fans on. You guys ready for the freaking stank wire century? Check this out. So this is the loom, extra loom I had from the Mega Squirt harness. And I have the 3 wires that are going into there are the starter signal and these 2 sensors. So this sensor's wired up. This sensor I have to get from the junkyard because the freaking thing broke, but that's why I just have this wire here. And then basically all of them just run up through this, and then yeah, so having one nice loom here that I can like even tuck away is a lot nicer than having like this whole thing just kind of monstrosity over this. So I'm happy with how that came out. Now to do the rest. I gotta put this ground. Okay, I can put this ground right here. That's where I'm gonna put my ground. Usually it goes like right here. I don't put mine back here. I flipped the wires on the distributor. So instead of going down this way and then around, blah, 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 like I said, I'm going for the no bullshit look. Also, I'm taking this stupid thing off. It's gonna go down here. And then these 2 wires, ow, damn it. I'm gonna tuck right here, zip tied to this bracket. And the harness I got is about this long. That basically adapts this OBD1 to the OBD2 distributor. So I forget it said OBD2. But yeah, so everything will be kind of like tucked up against this nicely. Pretty freaking excited. This I will utilize. I will actually keep this where it goes. So now basically, though it's kind of inconvenient for unplugging the injectors, I don't know how often I'm actually gonna have to do that. And if I have to do that, I could just take these off. Basically, here's my injector harness. I'm gonna cut each end off of them and splice in these as long as I can get all of them. And they're all cut about the same when you order these from Hunter too, and he just gives you these. So those are all the pigtails. They're ugly as shit, but they'll work. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna look up which ones are negative and positive on these just to make sure. And basically these are gonna go up through here and plug in to the connectors. Or on the corners, it'll probably go like this, but in the middle, I'm gonna put the longest ones in the middle so they can kind of sneak up through here and then plug in. The 2 sides I'll have like on the side, but I like how it looks over here without anything obstructing it. So there's the injector harness all zeked up.
Well, I'd love to get a house like in Florida with like you, Amber, and Callie.
Hey, you want to move to Florida?
That'd be lit.
All right. Well, and Callie held up the engine. She did the hard part while I impacted the friggin' sensor off, the knock sensor, because this engine had a different one on it. But now we can plug this up and start zip tying shit out of the way. This video has been a lot of talking and like I can't show this. No one wants to watch wiring, so I'm just explaining. I know it's gonna get shat views, but I hope it helps somebody. So, from the front of the engine, this is all the wiring you're gonna see. I have to cut this off right here because this is an H23 mount, so I can fit that plastic piece that covers this on there. Got some wiring loom on this. Like I said over here, all I did is push the harness back. I zip tied it all in place. I gotta cut those off, obviously. And the only wires are here, here, and here. These back wires are left alone. TPS is left alone. Everything fits. The thing I'm the most proud of is the friggin' injectors. You can't even see the wires. They're all underneath here. So basically you got 1, 2 going up here, 1 and 2, and then you got another one going up. Yeah, that's really it. Looks legit, I'm hype. And this I'm gonna zip tie like against this mount once it's in the car, but because it's out of the car obviously. So from the front, all you're really gonna see is like this. I'm gonna tuck it up like against the firewall as much as I can into the main connectors that go to the ECU. But to summarize, really all I did was, well, I still have to do this part, but extended 3 wires, relume this, zip ties on the end to hold it. Did this, so you're gonna see the nice loom there, and hid the injectors, and that's pretty much the extent of that. That's about as wire tucky as I can get. I'm not Rye Wire. Shout out to Ryan from Rye Wire.
Wire tucks are stupid, changed my mind.
Wire tucks are stupid?
Yeah.
You're bugging.
Why make so much more work for yourself?
No, it's making way less. That's the whole
If you ever have an electrical issue?
Then I know because
wire tucks are stupid?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Don is offended personally. Like think about like your Z's harness is so easy to get off is because I touched it.
I mean like a legit wire tuck. Like legit.
Yeah, a wire tuck. There's nothing in my engine bay.
If Jimmy was
Everything's behind my engine. Jimmy would genuinely throw up if we say that.
I'm not organizing your engine bay and wires. Go ahead, organize it.
Well, tucking is just getting it out of the way. I disagree. I like wire tucks. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like I get it.
Right.
I get it. Like it's just like you think it's just like a pointless aesthetic and like.
It's purely aesthetic.
Not in my case.
But you did do a legit wire tuck is what I'm
Well,
saying.
alright, so when people do legit wire tucks, what they do is they'll literally put one plug on the firewall, and every wire goes to that plug. They disconnect that plug and pull the engine. That's a real wire tuck. Like Rye Wire type wire tuck. I don't have those skills, not anywhere near like 1/10 of the fucking money to do that. If this was like a SEMA car, this is the farthest thing from a SEMA car. But if it was, then that would like make sense to do that. That's enough of that, but I don't know. Oh, I'll be like those YouTubers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think about this?
Leave it in the comments down below. Drag or drift. Let me know how you guys feel.
Drag or drift. I don't know. I'm done. Wire tuck complete. Very nice. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. What? Hear anything? Like, comment, subscribe.
Turn on post notifications.
You heard the lady. Peace.